talked a lot about the different things you're up to now, being a select volleyball parent and, working on your house. I mean, what do you kind of consider your job these days? Are you a full-time retiree? Or are you?
Yeah, I'd say full-time retiree. I didn't know there was a short and a tall breed. We got her in Madison, Wisconsin. At times she's wondering why she can't go back there where it's cold. Good dog. We're busy. It seems like the days get filled up real quick. But it's about like I thought it may be, just a little busier. I thought I would be weed eating and cutting grass every day and people would kind of forget about me, but that hasn't been the case.
You talked about how easy it was for you to let go of football once, you finally did let go.
Once the season started the following year and I realized I wasn't playing, was really when I realized I wasn't playing.
Shortly, welcome to the start of the 2011 regular National Football League season.
It was kind of like, oh well, they're playing today, the opening day, and I didn't miss it at all. Because obviously to do it as long as I had done it, how would that be to not be in the huddle? Would I miss it? I was at a point where there was nothing to prove. I'd achieved everything I ever set out and then some. But then, the competitive part of you is like, you want to go out a certain way. The problem is it never really quite works out that way.
Favre's got 5 to choose from, got hit, got thrown down, and is shaken up.
Do you remember about your final play?
Yeah, I mean, it was the first time in my career I was ever completely knocked out. I think it was like 10, 15 seconds. The field was like as hard as this stone. Hit myself inside the head, next thing you know, I'm snoring. Eric Sugarman, our trainer, we call him Suge, comes out and he's like, hey buddy. And I said, hey, I was just snoring. He goes, come on, come with me. Got up and kind of saw some Bears guys clapping over Urlacher and a couple of those guys. I'm like, what are the Bears doing here?
And you wonder if it'll be the play that ends Brett Favre's career, but you never say never with this guy.
Went straight in, took a shower, grabbed some hot chocolate, and had a hot dog, and from that point, I never missed it. I knew it was time.
From right then?
From right then.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you were gripping the ball and it came up like right, yeah, so if I'm real tight, yeah. And if you look back to this light right here, Brett, yeah.
They have like 80 balls the day before. And the way I would do it, they just throw them to me. I just grab one. I could tell you without even looking at it if it was worth keeping or not. I just can tell you, I like the grip, I like the way it felt. I couldn't tell you the air pressure.
Laces,
but I know that you just throw it to me and I go, definitely a keeper.
And then just right to that line.
We'll bike or run. I'll do some work around on our property. We have 400 acres. And there's always something to do. I got 2 grandsons, 2 daughters. I don't want to be, well, look, he used to be a great football player and he can hardly walk, and that may happen, but I'm trying to live a long, healthy, productive life. We get back about as far as he can throw, and just working on his lifting.
Could you play next year? Not that you want to?
Yeah, I think I could. As far as throwing, of course, we're not trying to start some, he's coming out of retirement, but I say all that because it's a good thing do I think I could play and lead a team? Look, no, but I could play. I could make all the throws I made before. I just couldn't throw it near as far. That never matters anyway. I do go up to high school and help out occasionally with different kids or something. But I'll throw with them or something. We'll work on different stuff. And when I'll pick up the ball, I'm thinking I'm right back in the Super Bowl. I can throw it 50 yards as well as anyone, but that used to be 80. And in my mind, I'm still at 80. It's Brett, just give it up. your window is closing. Be good at 30 and be happy with that. You're not going to be good at 80 anymore.
Peyton Manning and, the end of last season and watching him throw with an injured arm and what that was like.
Yeah, I think for Peyton, I remember like right when the season was over and it didn't end obviously the way he had hoped.
Peyton Manning and the Broncos' bitter division defeat.
The last couple of years has been astronomical numbers. But for him, he's searching something different.
The second of 3 years of the Manning tenure.
It's tough when you get so close to just, okay, whatever. I think he said, I'm going to make this a quick decision. Well, it kind of lingered on. It's not quick. And the bottom line is, even when you make it, you wonder if it's the right one. Whether you choose to give it up or you choose to come back. I think he's in it for one more shot.
And they end the Broncos season. It will be the Colts and the Patriots in Foxborough.
When that game was over, I could just see it. I mean, I was in his helmet. I've been there. I've been right there. Right now, you hate football because it didn't end up the way you wanted it to. And you put all this into it, and now what? Now what? And all I can say is better him than me.
You just sweat. Beautiful. Yeah.
Insects, grubs, there's a certain kind of root that they like. So, they got obviously a great nose. They must have rooted right there and they didn't like what they...
I mean, could you maybe take us through the process a little bit of what it was like when you left Green Bay and how you came to terms with everything again?
The old saying, time heals everything, is certainly true. If you would have been there when I came out of the tunnel as a Viking playing in Lambeau the first time, you would have thought, we won't be around when time heals this. I mean, there was some Hatfields and McCoys type. I mean, this was like, there was some hate that day. Part of me kind of, I not liked it, but it was kind of, I was honored. Then when my career was over, I was like, well, now what? At some point, I want people in Green Bay to love me again. That's the way it's supposed to be. And in spite of what happened, how things unfolded. And I was worried for a while. So I didn't call them and say, look, maybe think about putting me in the Hall of Fame. Or retire my jersey or something, maybe that'll, no. But I was honored when they called me.
I'm pleased to announce I will be returning to Green Bay, Wisconsin in 2015 for induction into the
Well,
Green
the
Bay
end may have been tough. What fans want to focus on is what Brett Favre did well.
And his Hall of Fame induction. Eric Riley joins us now with...
There is no, and I'm not just saying this because I played, there's no better place to model how it's supposed to work than in Green Bay. It's just special. It really is.
How do you think it'll feel when you step into that atrium and everybody's going crazy?
I've come out of the tunnel as an opponent. I've come out of the tunnel as a home player. So I know what it's like. But I really don't know what this is going to be like. It'll be emotional, I'm sure, on both sides. But I'm one of those I'm different than most people. I don't sit here and say, well, I hope I don't screw up a speech. In some ways, I kind of hope I do. I don't want to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I strive to be in all phases, but I always fall short. And if I was perfect in this, people would be like, oh, Favre, he could go get speech lessons or something. That's the way I look at it. I want this to be real.
Brett
Wow. I don't have the words to express the feeling of coming out of that tunnel to this ovation.
It's the way I played. It's the way my career unfolded.
Thank you so much.
Did I think it would have worked out the way it did? No, I was way off. It's just been a, life of pie. Yes, it hasn't been perfect, but it's been a good fun ride.
All I can say is I hope it was as much fun for them watching me as it was for me to do it every week.
I hope people that watch me play said, I like the other team, I like Favre. I got my money's worth. He gave everything he possibly could give and was real, and that's because that's what I was.